Dear friends, my name is Mark and you're watching Welcome to Mark's Bible Study. So happy to be with you. Videos we are adding on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. My dear friends, we're doing Bible study today because we didn't do it on Thursday because I don't be offended, but I took a day off from all this recording because I just wanted to relax. I just wanted to take a day off of those all those recordings that we are gonna do, and we are going to do a Bible study today, my dear friends, on Friday. Today is Friday. We usually don't do Bible study on Friday. We usually don't do Bible study on Friday, but this week is an exceptional week that we are doing the Bible study on Friday. And it's 11:06 is 19th today. It's the 19th today. And we have 5 days till Christmas Eve, my dear friends. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the Bible study today, because the Bible study today is about family, and we're gonna start with the book of Exodus, chapter 12, chapter 20, verse 12, and this is really about Moses. Telling showing the showing in the Mount Sinai. He was showing the Ten Commandments that God give to Moses, and God give to and God give to people those Ten Commandments, to obey those Ten Commandments. If you obey those Ten Commandments, you will enter the kingdom of heaven. You will enter the kingdom of heaven if you obey if you obey my commandments. If you worship me, if you believe me and do what I say, then you will go to heaven. So the thing is that we hear God. That we kind of we kind of we are human beings, and we are doing all kinds of mistakes. Yeah, every single for every single mistake we have to learn. For every single mistake we have to learn our lesson, so our life will be better to not do this mistake ever again, isn't it? So we are going to read chapter 12. It says, because today we are going to talk about family. We are going to talk about family, especially about our siblings, especially about our parents, and those other kinds of things. Because sometimes parents versus kids don't get along together. Sometimes parents don't go along with kids. Sometimes there's something like this, that parents don't get along with kids, and sometimes parents can get arrested, or kids get arrested, or this is so ridiculous how kids getting arrested, but it's because kid is a minor, right? Kid doesn't know what he's doing, but when he is responsible for some kind of a crime, then he is be treated like an adult. That means he gets arrested, like, you know. So let's talk about family. Let's not talk about crime and Bible study, because when Jesus died in the cross, that was not a crime. That was not a crime, because Jesus was not doing any crimes. He was all perfect. He was teaching the Bible to all the disciples, and then on Sunday, all those people were uh, greeting Jesus with the palms. That's where Palm Sunday came over, and then in the next week they said crucify him. They completely they completely changed, and they completely changed, and uh, uh, They completely changed, and they because they thought that Jesus did some kind of a crime. No, he didn't. He was died for us. He died for us. And he said in Matthew, forgive those people who don't know what they doing. There you go. So in the four, so in the first, in the 12, in the chapter 20, verse 12 says, 20 verse 12, it is saying really good. Honor your father and mother, then you will live a long, full life in the land of the Lord your God is giving you. You must not commit idolatry. You must not steal. You must not murder. You must not commit idolatry, murder, or steal. Stealing is a crime. Stealing is a crime. Murder is a crime. What else is a crime? Vandalism is a crime. Sometimes, sometimes kids have very crazy ideas in their head. I saw that one video on TikTok that a 12 and 13-year-old were vandalizing a school. Yeah, scary, isn't it? Sometimes people have those crazy. Sometimes have those people have those crazy ideas from nowhere, and then they ending up in prison, in jail. So you need to watch out what you're doing. You must not testify falsely against your neighbor. That is that is another commandment. You must not steal. You must not testify falsely against your neighbor. That means you must not gossip about your neighbor. You must not talk badly about your neighbor. No, you must not gossip about your neighbor. This is a commandment. This is about gossiping about your neighbor. You must not cover your neighbor's house. You must not covet your neighbor's wife, male or female servant, ox or donkey, or anything else that belongs to your neighbor. So this is the. So those are the. So those are actually the 10 Commandments that you need to obey. You must not steal. This is very important. You must not murder. You must not commit idolatry. You must honor your father. Sorry. You must not. Excuse me. You honor your father and mother. Then you will live long, full life in the land of the Lord your God is giving. So this is actually very important. Parents want you safe. Parents are the ones who are in charge of you. Parents are the ones who are in charge of you. And you need to follow their directions. You need to follow. No, I cannot say anything today. I'm sorry. My stomach is kind of upset with me right now. Sorry. So the thing is that you need to honor your father and your mother. You need to honor your parents because your parents are everything. You need to honor God, but you need to honor your parents too. First God, and then is your parents. So let's make a pyramid of this. Ouch. Let's make a pyramid of this. See? There is a pyramid. So the pyramid of the human being is this in the same top that you have is God. God is in the top. God is in the top. You need to honor God. First, you need to honor God. Then, the second way is your parents. Your parents. Your parents are everything. Your parents are the ones who want to take care of you, who want to love you. They can be friendly to you, but they are not your friends. Excuse me. They are your friends, but in a different way. They are your friends, but in a different way. Sometimes, when kids don't get along with parents, there's something wrong all with the parent or with the child. So you can blame two of them. So you can blame two of them. Maybe there's something wrong with the parent. Maybe there's something wrong with the child. Child has a bad day. A parent needs to accept that. If a parent has a bad day, then then if a parent has a bad day, then your child must understand that too. You cannot be upset with a child just because you have a bad day. And your child cannot get upset with you just because he's having a bad day. He's grumpy all day and you're grumpy all day. So you need to compromise with other people. You need to compromise. You need to compromise. You need to negotiate. You need to negotiate you and your parents. I'm talking to you kids and teens. I'm talking to you kids and teens. Kids and teens who are subscribing to me right now and welcome to Mark's Bible Study, they know what I'm talking about right now. You need to honor your parents. Parents are very important people. Parents are your family. Parents are your team. They are not your villains. Parents are not your villains. When sometimes I saw on TikTok that some parents are so lazy. They're so lazy they cannot clean their houses, and there they getting arrested by the police. That's what they deserve because kids cannot live in filth. Kids cannot live in a messy house. Kids cannot live in a very strict ways is in a very strict ways because kids don't deserve something like this. They don't. You cannot yell at your kid all the time because you are not in the military. Because you are not in the military. You are the one who is in charge of your kid. And if you are yelling at your kid all the time, you're making him afraid of you. You're making afraid of you. That is not your child's fault. That is your fault. That you are making your child miserable. That is the whole point. That God doesn't allow child abuse. God doesn't allow any of this. Neglecting a child. That's what my biological father did that, and I'm sorry about it. I still thinking how to forgive them because it's hard to forgive those people who really hurt you in the past. But God is the one who forgives your sins if you forgive other people. That's working the same way in your parents. Parents are people who are living in this world, and kids need to obey their parents. Unless parents are telling the kids to do something dangerous or something stupid or something what is not or parents are telling your kid to commit a crime or something. Don't listen to those kinds of things. Don't listen to those negative things. Listen to what parents are telling you, what is positive. Because you, as a parent, are in charge of this kid. And when you're telling your kid to commit a crime, that is your fault. Because you are in charge of this kid. Here you go. Here you go. Let's go to Colossians chapter 3:20. I don't know. I just really love God, and I just really thankful that God really created policemen. Really, I really like policemen. Uh, let's go to Colossians chapter 3:20, and in Colossians chapter 3:20, the heck, where are the Colossians? Give me a moment here. Oh, Colossians chapter 3:20. It says, children, always obey your parents, for this pleases the Lord. Fathers, do not aggravate your children, or they become discouraged. You don't want them. You don't want your children to get in trouble. You want your children to be safe. You want your children to be safe. You want your children to really understand, because spanking is not necessary, or slapping their faces or something like this. This is showing your children how you're really aggressive to them. And your kids are not going to put up with this, because because just like in the old times, they were doing, or in the communism, or in the or in some kind of places that is really, kids are gonna be really upset with you if you show their hand in a negative way. Parents will not do that to you. I will not do that. I will not do that to my kids. I will never hit a child. I will never hit a child. If I could hit a child, I would call the police on myself and go to prison for that. I will never hit a child. Never. Never. And you ask parents, never you would hit a child. Never. You never would hate your son. You never will hit your daughter. Because there is nothing in the Bible about spanking. There's nothing in the Bible about. There's nothing in the Bible. There's nothing in the Bible that says about that you need to be strict on your children. That's their really poor choice. I don't like the idea of being strict. I don't like that idea. I don't like it. Because if you are strict, you are a tough guy. You are a tough guy, and you are trying to and you're trying to. I know you're trying to make your kids safe. I know you're trying to make your kids understand what to do, not to do, but not in the strict way. You don't have to be strict on your kids just because they're kids. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous to say that, oh, I'm going to be strict on you because you're just a child. No. You cannot be strict on your son just because he's a kid. That's ridiculous. There's nothing in the Bible about being strict. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2:24. Genesis. One of my least favorite books in the Bible. Yeah, my least favorite books in the Bible. So let's go to 24, and it says that explains why a man leaves his father and mother and joined to his wife, and the two are united in one. So when you grow up, when the son grows up, or when a daughter grows up, parents should you need to leave your parents. You need to leave your parents when you are growing up. When you are 18 or 21 or already 25, you're already 25 years old, and you have a girlfriend, and you want to spend time with her as much as you can, then then and there you go. You are an adult. You are on your own. You are on your own. Excuse me. You are on your own. You're on your own if you are an adult. If you commit a crime, that's your responsibility. You're going to jail. If you need to keep yourself safe. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean you should be sneaky and then when your parents are not around, you should do whatever I want, whatever you want. That means you should. That means you should really be. You have to stay yourself safe. Stay away from trouble. Stay away from committing crimes. Stay away from committing crimes. Because if you grow up as a child, and if you grow up as a child and you have a girlfriend, you have a girlfriend, and you want to live with her already, you're ready to live with her, then you know what? Then it's your choice. It is your choice. When that you are already an adult. You're already an adult. You're getting out of the house from your parents, and then you're moving on with your life. I gotta be doing that right after when I'm gonna end up college. I'm gonna I'm gonna start my own life. I'm gonna start my own life, but very late, very late. Even people go to college when they're 30. Well, even people go to college when they're like 28, 29, and 30, 30 up. The age is not going down. The age is going up, my dear friends. This is how the life goes. This is how the life goes. You're getting born, and then you aging up, and then you age up till the time you go to heaven. Yeah. So that's the truth of it. So this explains why a man leaves his father and mother, is joined to his wife. A wife and the husband are one flesh. Are one flesh. So they're one flesh. They can be. They will be parents. They will be parents because they're a couple. They're a couple. They mm, because they are because there are the ones who are in charge of you. Let's go to Romans chapter 12, verse 5. Let's go to Romans chapter 12, verse 5. 12, verse 5. And it says, so it is with Christ's body. We are many parts of what? 12 verse 5. So we, though many, are one body in Christ. So we are in one body in Christ. So we are in one body in Christ. So, so verse 5 says, um, so it is with Christ's body, we are many parts of one body, and we all belong to each other. We all belong to each other, my dear friends. We all belong to each other. We all belong to each other. We all belong to each other. That doesn't mean you are away, you are an adult. Then you still need to honor your parents. You still need to honor your parents. But you live on your own with your own family. And this is what is really really happening. That life is moving on, my dear friends. That time is not stopping. Time is going so fast that that time is going so fast at first, but when we realize, when we grow up, oh my goodness, when we realize we grow up, then we started to think out of the box. And we started to think out of the box. What will I do in my life? What would I do in my life? This is the key. Yeah, this is the key. This is the key question. What I will do in my life. Okay. Okay, so let's go to 1 John chapter 4:19. Today we have a long Bible study. So let's go to 1 John chapter 1. 1 John chapter 4:19. Yeah, 4:19. 4:19. And it says this. We love each other because he loved us first. We love each other because he loved us first. Do you agree with that? I agree with that. I agree that God loved us first. He loved us first, so we need to love each other. Yeah, we need to love each other. So this is the way that you should. This is the way that you should treat your parents, with love. Your parents should treat their children with love. Just like in the Bible says, treat people the way that you want to be treated. That is the whole point. That is the whole point. Treat the person the same way that you want to be treated. Because if you don't treat your kids so well, your kids will be very upset with you. Excuse me. Your kids will be very, very upset with you. If you're, as a family, live in a house with filth and it is your, and is your, that is that is not your choice. That is not your choice. You made your bad choice because you as a parent is getting arrested from living in filth with your children. That's the whole point. You, your kids cannot live in filth. Your kids cannot live in this kind of live in those kinds of things that your kids live in filth. That is not an option. You know you can get arrested for that. Yeah, you as a parent can get arrested. Let's go to Romans chapter 8:28. 8:20. And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. So God choose for you your parents. God choose the parents for you. You didn't choose your parents. God chooses your parents. God chooses the people that you are with. God is choosing those people. God is choosing those people. You don't choose anything. You can choose your friends. You no, God chooses your friends. God is choosing your friends. My friends came from God. My friends came from God. My God choose friends for me that I can hang out. I can hang out with. And God chose and God chose wonderful people for me. Of course, Satan chose Merrick to be in charge of me, but God chose my mom, my stepfather, my friends, my brothers, my sisters. He chose this for me. Satan, Satan is just trying to make me miserable. Satan made me miserable in my childhood. Satan made me miserable because I didn't deserve all of this. I didn't deserve all of this. I didn't deserve to be beaten. I didn't deserve to be. I didn't deserve to be beaten. I just was trying to. I just was trying to talk to my parents. I was just trying. I was just trying to talk to my biological father, but no, no. He chose the other way to raise me. He chose the other way to raise me by drinking alcohol, by going to by partying all night, and being abusive to me. So I said, I so I said, I'm done with you. I'm leaving you. I am leaving you. And I ran away from Poland. Just as God told me. Because I cannot live with I cannot live with Satan's parents. I cannot live with Satan's parents. Parents are the ones who are keeping you should keep you safe, who should teach you how to make friends at school, how to get along with life, not not to be treating you like some kind of a not to be treating you some kind of a like you are a dog or a cat or something like that. And this is how this is how my stepmother and my father, who is so mean to me, treated me like this the same way. And I said, I'm done with you, and I am leaving you, and I'm leaving you forever, and I'm leaving you. with, and I'm leaving you with, and I'm leaving you with the good, with forgiveness, but I'm still leaving you. You have to move on. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 17:17. It says, "A friend loves at all times, but a brother is born to be of an adversity." So a brother is your, um, so a brother is your everything. So a brother is your member of the family. Siblings don't get along with each other. So siblings don't sometimes go to get along with each other. I saw that on YouTube. I saw that in real life. I saw that parents don't that siblings don't really get along with each other. You know why? Because they're lazy to love other people, to love each other. They are lazy. They are just making you miserable. They're just making you miserable and a harder life. That's what siblings sometimes do. Sometimes siblings, sometimes there's a family. Sometimes there are families when siblings are so nice to you and they are helping you and they're your guardian and they are trying to take care of you. But sometimes there are some families that siblings don't really get along with each other. I don't know. I don't know why parents cannot understand that because siblings cannot get along with each other. We are living in this fallen world, and you are telling your kids to get grounded just because you don't get along with a sibling. Sometimes people don't get along with each other. Sometimes siblings don't get along with each other. Sometimes really siblings don't get along with each other. This is life, my dear friends. This is life. This is life. This is what we're facing. This is what we. This is how we letting other people down. You know, parents do not understand that sometimes siblings don't get along with each other. Sometimes siblings don't get along with each other. Really, I saw. Uh, mm, I saw a video on YouTube that siblings were pranking each other so much they cannot get along. I don't know. They don't know why. They maybe they have a reason why they not getting along with each other. Sometimes people don't like you. Sometimes people will like you. Sometimes people will not like you. This is the whole thing. This is the whole point that we are living in this fallen world. That we are full of disappointments. That we are sometimes arrested. That sometimes we are in jail. Sometimes we are doing those kinds of mistakes that really can end up us in a very huge trouble because we are living in this foreign world. I cannot understand why parents are grounding, why parents are stirring up the conflict to their kids just because siblings cannot get along with each other. What the heck? Do not understand that. I do not understand that because sometimes parents don't get along with each other. But sometimes parents don't get along with each other. But sometimes siblings don't get along with each other, and they are fighting and they're hitting each other. And one time, one throws a toy at one another. So this is life. This is life, my dear friends. This is life. This is the life. And my niece is very hard on his her little brother because she thinks that her little brother is a complete glorifying guy. Nobody nobody is perfect. Nobody Nobody is perfect, my dear friends. Nobody. Nobody. Sometimes people don't get along. Sometimes people don't get along. Sometimes even siblings don't get along. Sometimes friends don't get along. Sometimes cousins don't get along. This is what we are living with. We're not getting along with other people. We are trying to understand that. We are trying to understand that when we are trying to get along with our siblings, we are trying to get along with our cousins, we are trying to get along with other people, bro, uh, brothers from another mothers. That's what they say when they are best friends to each other. Yeah, sometimes siblings don't get along together, and sometimes it ends up really a big tragedy. So thank you so much for joining me in this wonderful Bible study. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, check out my other channels as well. Don't forget we are adding videos on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And my dear friends, this time we're gonna get into a normal schedule, which is on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Sorry. Monday, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. There you go. I will see you later. I will see you later. I will see you on Monday. Take care of yourself. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.